We don't play the social game. We are social. Power 98.5. You're listening to Power 98.5, powered by United Angels Dream, your number one resource for public relations, entertainment, and multimedia. Contact them today at unitedangelsdream.com.
Hi, this is Dan Aykroyd. He's progressive. He's beautiful. He's thoughtful. He's intelligent. He's powerful. He's positive. He is Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5 Satellite Radio.
Empowering listeners from the US to the UK. Live on air with Stephen Cuoco.
Hey, what's up? My name's Grant Kanoki. I'm a singer, songwriter, producer, and artist, and you're listening to Power 98.5.
It seems life went by in the blink of an eye. Want 20 more years of those neon highs. I thought everyone would wait, but now they're gone. I wanna run from the blue lights and drink some shots of whiskey. Stay up all night when buddy's there with me. I wanna wake up.
That is Blue Lights by Mr. the one and only Zachary Newbould. We've got him live here today. We're going to do the full, live music drop of this song, Blue Lights. Yeah. Oh, God, I love you guys. Yeah, it is incredible. Christina, she was just like my guy from NBC The Voice. She was really, really rooting for Zach. Some people were disappointed, if not a lot of people. I'm not upset about who won this year. It was a very, very interesting year for The Voice. Enjoyed the lineup. A lot of great talent. But I'm going to tell you, I got some big plans. I'm going to put it out there. I have been sitting for probably the last, 8 years. I got plans for Vegas. I've already got my event, the name planned out. I've got everything trademark. I'm going to do something different out here. I'm going to be pulling the best of the best for an event. And you better plan on, I'm going to be having some, if not a lot, of great talent doing some live performances out here in Vegas. Zach's going to be one of those, Mr. Zachary Newbould. I want him part of my lineup. But I'm putting it out there to God, the universe, everything. I'm not done. I've got some things that need to happen. I want to happen. I want to see that happens. And we're going to have a voice lineup, NBC The Voice lineup from the best of the best people that I really believe should be here in Vegas and to do a live performance. And I'm not going to share too much, but just know we got some big things that are going to be happening soon. Who do we have on? What? Yeah. I got to get some really, really great alcohol sponsors. Oh, I'm going to. You better believe it. Champagne's definitely going to be there. Just in case if maybe one of the Real Housewives want to show up for the event and take a trip out here to Vegas. I mean, Mark Wahlberg lives out here full time now. Allegedly, he's claiming on record, Vegas is going to be the new Hollywood 2.0. But to bust the bubble for those people in LA, you try to do it in Palm Springs by turning Palm Springs into, LA 2.0. Vegas is not, to all the people from California and LA. And with all due respect to Mark Wahlberg, I wish him well. He's got my support. I look forward to working with him when he comes here. I look forward to his production company coming here. But the casinos control everything here. Vegas, LA people, you will never turn this into an LA. Vegas will never, ever, ever be the new LA, old LA, revamped LA. You're not going to be able to do it here. This is the last city in the U.S. that has not been destroyed. And even though Vegas seems to be extremely large, it is small. And if you don't have if you don't have great connections with the locals, if you don't know your way around of how to maneuver and to live and to even operate in business as a local, I'm going to have to tell you, you're fucked. That's the best way I can put it. Stop thinking you're going to come here to Vegas. And just because you are an A-lister or you're famous or you're a multi-billionaire, whoever you are, there are a lot of changes that need to happen in Vegas. But this will never, maybe not for a couple more decades, but this will never be a new LA. I'm glad he said Hollywood 2.0. I believe that, but it will never be LA. We have Ms. Olivia King, music artist Olivia King. She's going to be coming on January 12th. We got her at 11 a.m. Pacific. We've got actor Mitchell Burke. He's tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific time. We're going to talk about his new film where he's a lead actor, just premiered on the 17th. And then on the 17th, we've got Mr. Mike Pyle. He's at 11 a.m. Pacific. So once again, today we've got Mr. Zachary Newbould. We've got tomorrow actor Mitchell Burke. Then we've got music artist Olivia King on the 12th. And then Mike Pyle on the 17th. And we may have a couple more in between there coming up. Just sorting out the schedule. What a great new year. Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you for being with us today on Live on Air with Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5 satellite radio. Whether you're listening to us on the iOS or Android app, Alexa, or even on the website, head on over to power985.com for all things music, news, sports, entertainment, and more. Click the bottom icon in the right-hand corner and send us an instant message. Whether you want to share your thoughts, your love, your support, you can also contact us at power98.5radio@gmail.com. And you can also contact us at contact@power985.com. Do we have anything else? That's it? Yeah, well, hey. So, God, it's great. Yeah, I totally agree. Thank you. Mr. Zachary Newbould, he's from Northborough, Massachusetts. He's a full-time musician, and he's been performing. He's booking shows. You got to head on over to his Instagram. I want to pull up his Instagram right now. I just gave him a big shout out. We are live. Mr. Zachary Newbould. Here we go. Head on over to his Instagram at Zachary Newbould, ZACHARY. Newbould. Once again, we're going to do a live music drop here. Just released Blue Lights by Mr. Zach Newbould. What else? Yeah, he was recently on NBC The Voice this year. He made it on The Voice and turned Gwen Stafani and Camila Cabello, which has been his biggest musical accomplishment so far. With this momentum, he started to make original music, and one of them was just released on January 1st. That's what we're playing today, Blue Lights. Most of his music is a mix of country, pop, and a bit of rock. And he's a bit all over the place, but he wants to make music that stands out from the rest. We got to get him on right now. Zach, I was about to say, I wasn't going to say this compliment without having you live with us, and welcome to the show, Live on Air with Stephen Cuoco, your second time here with us. You've got the look, the vibe. There is no way I would be shocked if you don't perform live at the VMAs or something eventually.
Thank you so much.
How
are you, Stephen?
I'm doing great. I mean, I'm here with you. We're going to be listening to the full release of Blue Lights that, was just released this month. You're moving fast. You're moving years worth in such a short amount of period of time. The show did you well.
Yeah, it's definitely a very good outcome so far. It's the amount of new connections I've made is like ridiculous. And there's so many generous people I've met, and they're all just pushing me further and further and faster and faster. So it definitely gave me a good amount of momentum. So I'm grateful for it.
Are you every day in your music, or are you doing something outside? We know you're getting back to the gym. You know, you're getting yourself fit. You're making sure that people know that you're healthy and successful, you know, not only personally, but professionally. And you're doing a great job.
Yeah, I mean, for a while I was like, while I was on the show and after the show, I was so caught up in music. It's been about like 6 months now, and I just I gave up on a few things like the gym, because I was like, I don't have time for this anymore. So I convinced myself. So now I'm finally trying to like find time in between, because I know I have it, but I keep telling myself I don't. So I'm trying to get back on my old habits too.
How old are you?
Because I'm 19.
Yeah.
So,
enjoy it. Enjoy the steady momentum. And does gym inspire you, or what?
Does what?
Does being in a gym inspire you?
It's just a really good start to every day. I've always thought it really just gives you some energy, and really just makes you feel better about yourself. I don't know if that just goes for me, but all around, looks, health wise, your energy, you just feel all around like a better person, and it's a great way to start my day.
Yeah, I mean, I totally forgot how old you were. Not that I thought you were older, but it just amazes me. You know, you're of the Gen Z generation, and what is incredible is you guys are doing incredible things in the world. I've been looking forward to a generation like yours. I'm a Gen X. I love the millennials. You guys know what you want. You know what you're going for. And you remind me of who I was in the 80s, where there's pushback. Now, my generation was a very, Motley Crue, Megadeth, Iron Maiden, pop, aggressive, Nirvana.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun stuff, though.
A lot of fun.
I love that music, too. I wish I grew up in that time. I got to be honest. I love the music. It just seemed a little more free in a way. And I wish I had that, or at least got to experience it for a little while. But it's fine now, too. There's a lot of good.
Do you think that you're doing it now, though, even though you didn't grow up back then?
As far as music, you mean?
Yeah, like, are you living free and living like you could have been in the 80s?
Yes and no. I feel like you could, realistically, you could definitely get away with more back then. Even if I want to go out and, say something as simple as dirt biking, let's say. There used to be, a ton of trails you could go to, all this stuff, and now it's, there's so many rules, and all the trails shut down because they're worried about people getting hurt, which I don't blame them. People can get hurt, but it's a lot of these things, there's just so many rules surrounding them now. And it takes away from some of the more fun things, obviously dangerous things, but they were fun.
What inspires you now? What do you live for? Because obviously your life is not, I'm assuming, not what it used to be pre-show. Do you feel more on top of the world, more in control of who you are, and you're more inspired knowing that people are stopping and listening to what you have to say?
Yeah, it's definitely awesome to be able to I've gotten a lot of messages, and people have been telling me you inspire me in this way, and it just makes you feel good to know that people actually look up to you. That's something I've loved the most about being on the show and what came from it. And yeah, there's definitely been change. I mean, ton of opportunities. People love to have me gig at their restaurants and stuff. I got introduced to a lot of producers that I didn't know before, so now I can make original music. And that's really all I've ever wanted. I wanted original music, and I just want to let people hear how I feel and tell them stories through my music.
Blue Lights. What is it about? What should we know about this song before we play it?
So I wrote Blue Lights about I wrote it a few months back, because I realized I'm not in school right now because I wanted to push music full time, and I realized that all my friends just like left to school, and I was the only one back at home, and I felt a little lonely for a while because I had no one to hang out with. And then on top of that, I saw a lot of my friends were gaining different interests and we were all just kind of going our separate ways. So it made me realize how fast time's going. And as I get older, it only seems to go faster and faster. So one of the lines I wrote in the song was that, like, I'm still young and I know that, but I can feel life kind of picking up and going quicker. And it's basically just all the things I miss about being young, I guess, even though I still am, but a lot of the things I miss about before my friends left to college and everything.
You ready to hear your song live for the first time on radio?
I'm pumped about it. Thank you so much.
Well, I know you, like I said, you just got done at the gym. Your energy is great. And I'm extremely proud of you. And thank you for the opportunity and staying in touch.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, well, we're not done yet. I just wanted to get that out real quick. Do we have any questions before we go? Let's check. Do we have anything for Zach? No? Okay. Here we are. Blue Lights by Mr. Zach Newbould.
Whatever happened to drinking shots of whiskey? Whatever happened to staying up all night? Whatever happened to running from those blue lights? And whatever happened to staying young? I guess life went by and I'm thinking I got 19 years that passed me by. I thought time away, put its shirt on. It seems life went by in the blink of an eye. I want 20 more years of those neon highs. I thought everyone would wait, but now they're gone. I wanna run from the blue lights and drink some shots of whiskey. Stay up all night when buddies there with me. I wanna wake up kinda late and feel kinda shitty. It hurts like hell, but my friends are there with me. We laughed it off, 'cause it was fun. Get on serious, but life's too fast. Whatever happened to those late night car rides? Whatever happened to sitting by that lake? Whatever happened to those damn bonfires? And whatever happened to staying young? I guess life went by and I'm thinking I got 19 years that passed me by. I thought time away, put its shirt on. I wanna run from the blue lights and drink some shots of whiskey. Stay up all night with buddies there with me. I wanna wake up kinda late and feel kinda shitty. It hurts like hell, but my friends are there with me. friends are there with me.
We are adding that to the station today.
Thank you so much.
How do you feel hearing it?
It's awesome to hear it on here. That's something I never imagined happening. So I'm like crazy grateful for that. Thank you so much. It's just a dream come true to have my own song like out there. 'Cause I've never really had that before.
Are all the words yours? Is everything yours, or did someone help you with this track?
I wrote all the lyrics. Basically, I started with a few chords on my guitar, and then I wrote the song over it. I wrote all the lyrics, the melodies, and then I brought it to a producer I worked with named Matt Blanchett. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. Love working with the guy, and he just basically brings it to life for me. We just sit there. We sat there for a day. We got it all done in one day, and we just kept laying on instruments, experimenting, seeing what we liked. But as far as melodies and lyrics, I wrote everything myself.
It's impressive. And here's what I like most. And this is where I don't know if it's in your favor that you weren't alive in the 80s or like where we were at back then, because things took a lot more time. People and like listeners and fans were suspicious when things were, starting to get pounded out. And it doesn't mean inspiration and you as a music artist cannot accomplish something within minutes to hours or in less than 24 hours. People in the music industry back then, 60s, 70s, 80s, relished spending hours worth of time creating, even if it's a beat or a track or something. What I like most and where I'm going with this is you have permission to be so inspiring and to create in such a short amount of period of time to where the creativity is not going to get questioned. It wasn't until the 90s when things just started becoming very commercialized. Everything was just getting pounded out like a commercial. It's like, where was the thought? Who wrote it? How many people were on it? How much time did it take? We valued, as a kid of the 80s, we valued the heart and the time. And when we knew that somebody took hours or days or a month to put, just a couple songs together for a short EP, it just made the experience feel like, wow, like they took that amount of time to do something. If something was rushed back then in the 70s and 80s, people were skeptical as to why and where's the passion. But you can be, in this day and age, you can be passionate, you can be fast, and it all makes sense because that's what your generation is about. Because you guys just know what feels good without questioning yourself. There's this confidence, especially about you, Zach, this confidence, even if you have insecurities. I would have thought that song may have taken you a week or longer to put together. To know that you did it in that short of a time, yet you can hear and feel, I'm going to speak for myself, the passion within it. You did not just, bounce out a track because you're trying to stay relevant and famous like some do. You did it because this is your passion. And I am truly amazed by you to put together such great artistry, but to do it from a place of passion and not a commercial expectation or embellishment.
Thank you. That means a lot. I try not to rush, like you said. I really just kind of go with it, and I, if it feels good, I do it. And usually, if it feels right to me, it ends up being a good song, or at least something that means something to me. And if it means something to me, that's really all I care, because I think that it's gonna. If I feel something, I think it'll connect with at least a few other people, and my message will get across to them.
Now, we know you've got Blue Lights. What else is coming out? Is there an EP? Are you doing a song once a month? What do we have to look forward to coming up?
So I have two other songs completely done right now. One's like a country rock type song. One's a more like, I guess it might even, it's out of my how I normally write, but it ended up being kind of like a pop, maybe even some indie in it. Like it was just a weird song I made out of nowhere, and I'm like, oh, I actually kind of like this. So I have two that are completely done, and so I'm gonna release those as singles. I think within the next 3 months, I'll probably have them both out. And I'm gonna just keep pumping more out, and then I think after those three, I'll do an EP. Then depending on how much traction the EP gets and the singles get, I might that'll determine if I release maybe another single or if I do a whole album. But I definitely have a lot I'm working on. I've written a ton of songs. They're just not all completely produced yet.
The combination works. I was wondering where on earth you would go with country, because here in the States, I don't know how popular country is. The combination of the rock works.
Yeah, I don't know why, but it ends up just every song I write, it never goes full country. It like always has a little bit of a rock feel to it. I don't know where that comes from because I used to be a complete pop singer, but I'm okay with it. I think it sounds good, so.
It works. I'm going to tell you, it's perfect, and I'm not adding Blue Lights to Power 98.5 because I'm just adding it. I'm adding it because it works for the lineup, and it will be very synergistic with the other pop music that's on there. And I have a, rock style type of music. It just really works for today. It's something I wouldn't be surprised if it were to be used for a Netflix show or a movie. It really has all the bells and whistles of a great, great song that can be used personally and that can be used for commercial or professional. So don't hesitate to whoever you're working with, or, to reach out to anyone that's in sync licensing. This track is film ready. It is television ready. It is not just radio ready. It's ready for anything you choose to have it to be part of.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I mean, I'm very new to it, so I haven't really reached out to anybody about like what I can do with it, because I don't know how to go about that. Are there people that I can reach out to that would be interested in taking it and doing something with it?
Yeah, I mean, when you look up, go into Instagram or go to LinkedIn and pull up like Sync Music, or anybody that's in Sync, SYNC. It's something I'm building on. Like if I hear or know of anyone that could use a project, I would send it out to, just to get your name out there. If you were to also know anyone that's, let's say if you're on Facebook, or know of any groups that are happening that have independent film artists, you can be paid anywhere between $500 to $5,000 for, your music being added into video games or television or commercials. And depending on what they're using, if they're just using the instrumental or if they're using some of your lyrics, there's a lot more money that can be paid out and through royalties with sync licensing than just streams and downloads. With that being said, like I said, just Google, or if you're not on LinkedIn, consider going on LinkedIn. There's a lot of music professionals on there who do sync licensing and sync placement, like a manager or an agency. Google sync licensing and see who comes up and reach out to them. Now, with people that are in sync licensing, you don't want to bombard them with emails, or if you haven't heard from them in a couple weeks, you got to give them time. They're very different than, say, a manager or a publicist. Just for the heck of it, I'm going to do this with you. I'm just going to go on, and it's been a while. So I'm going to go Google. And if no one knows this, I know Google is popular, but I actually prefer Microsoft Bing, especially for media purposes. Microsoft Bing does a much better job for news and media and updating reports. And I love that when you Google search someone, I like how the page layout is. So once again, everyone knows Google, but if you're working in the film, television, entertainment industry, Microsoft Bing is extremely exceptional. So don't hesitate to have that be your friend. So sync licensing companies.
I just need to find a way to get it out there because it's so difficult to get people. I just need that initial push to let people see it. I just want people to hear my music, and it's definitely a lot of work, but I think I'll get there eventually.
I have some contacts. I will look into it. Like I said, sync licensing professionals is like reaching out to a producer and director and asking if you can be in a film. It may seem like, oh, it's easy, but not always. So here, 10 best music sync licensing companies that actually deliver for artists. Music Gateway, Premium Beat, BeatStars, Epidemic Sound, Music Bed, Soundstripe, Music Vine, and Artlist. So that's just from Google. You want to be careful, once again, just like with publishing, if people are using certain certain publishing platforms, you want to find out who is owning the music or the rights to it. Are you giving up? Because I'm assuming you own your catalog, correct? Right now, you don't have anybody, a manager, you don't have a label that you gave your rights to of your catalogs, right?
Yeah, correct. It's all me right now.
This is where you also want to make sure with sync licensing and with these people is who is owning the publishing, or are they asking to own what are they owning the rights to? Having a really good attorney. Like I said, I'm always here. If you ever have any questions, I put it out there in the universe, but this Google, just look into to just self-educate yourself. Not saying submit. Just go in here, Microsoft Bing, Google, sync licensing companies, find out what they're doing. What are they talking about? Do you have to pay a fee? And be careful with some people, especially if you're in the Clubhouse app or even with LinkedIn, who claim to be in sync licensing or A&R. If they're charging, I don't think that these people should be charging to listen to your music. If someone's not working on your behalf, Zach, there should not be a fee. So I'm giving you all of these things of little red flags to just be careful of, that you should be able to submit. You should be able to have someone that can be able to submit on your behalf. But I'm not going to call out the name, but there is an immediate ad here when I'm pulling up sync licensing companies, and right there it's stating pricing. I'm not saying that people won't, but there are enough good people who work in the sync licensing division that should be able to offer you free, because that's their passion. If they're passionate about music and music artists, they're going to want to be there to help you. Just like BMI and ASCAP, they're going to want to be there to help you for free. If they're putting pricing and requiring you to pay money, you then automatically know they're putting money first, not the artist or the content first. That's the difference to look out for.
Well, I'll definitely look into that. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
So, thanks for letting me know.
I'm going to check in. Do we have anything else? No, I check in with Christina. Sometimes she sends me over little tidbits, but today, this worked out perfectly. We had a mission. We had a goal. That's you, Mr. Zachary Newbould. It's blue lights. It's the the release of this incredible track. It will be uploaded to Power 98.5 satellite radio today. You can stream it live. It will be on rotation, whether you download the iOS or Android app, listen on Alexa, or even on the website. Thank you, Zach. You found your signature. This is the hardest thing for anyone, including music artists, to do, is to own their signature sound and to know and to live to what it really means of their message. For 19 years old, you not only won the war, you won the battle. There is no battle. There is nothing else for you to do but to continue to do what you did right here to what we're listening to, and that's Blue Lights.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you having me on, and thanks for doing this for me.
You deserve it. Any closing thoughts?
I mean, I'm just like so excited to have my song on something like this. I'm just so pumped to have people hear it, and more people that hear it, the better it'll make me feel. I mean, all the stuff like money aside, I just want to let people hear everything I have to say through my music, and that just makes me happy to know that people enjoy listening to what I make. So.
Who would you like to give a shout out to?
Definitely Matt Blanchett, the guy who helped me make it. Without him, I couldn't have made this song come to life. It would have just been another song sitting in the notes on my phone. So, yeah, thank you so much to him.
And it's exciting. You've got a lot more coming out. Any local touring, anything happening within your home state or anywhere else this year planned?
No big shows yet, but I have, I actually just made a website. It's just called zachnewbould.com. So it's pretty simple. And right there, I list all my upcoming gigs and everything. So I'm always updating that. So I have like six little gigs at some restaurants and bars and stuff in the next month.
I'm pulling that up. zachnewbould.com.
Yeah. It's not 100% done yet. I just made it like a few days ago. So it's in the works, but it's getting there.
All right. I see the platform. You got your NBC The Voice there, doing that. You're booking. Did you do this or did someone else put this together?
I have a friend. Actually, shout out to him too, Cole Brooks. He's been like one of my best friends for years, and he's all into computers, so he's a big help, and he offered to build one for me.
This is actually a really good start. Not too sure what platform he used, but it's a good start.
Yeah, he's really good. Grateful for that. He's still adding more to it. He's going to give me a whole page where I can see people's, like, when people request for gigs, and I'll be able to accept them, and it'll immediately display it on there. So he's almost done with it, but yeah, really grateful to have him around.
So you have January 18th, Brewers Tap and Table. That is at Waltham, Massachusetts. January 19th, Neighborhood Tavern. That's in Newborough. January 21st, Moose Lounge. January 31st, Seabrook Idol. February 10th, The Stones. And then February 16th, Neighborhood Tavern. New Hampshire. This is really good. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 events coming up. Did you book these? Did you reach out to them? Did they reach out to you?
Neighborhood Tavern, I reached out to it first, and they just liked me. I mean, I said, hey, can I gig here when I went in? Because I go to eat there a lot, and cause it's right down the street from me. And they just said, yeah, sure. So now I gigged there. I had a friend ask me yesterday to do another one, which is on the 18th, I think. Really, lately they just keep getting thrown at me, so I'm really excited about that.
This is rare, and I'm going to tell you, I've been covering The Voice I've been watching it since season 1. I've been doing media coverage for, I'm going to say, the last 5 years, and I've got a photographic memory. And when I go in and search and see what's going on, this is rare. That you've got this many back-to-back show bookings since the show. I'm not saying you can't become successful after the show. It is what you make of it. And you're doing exceptionally well. This is like seeing an alien spaceship in New York City hovering in Manhattan at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. The government can't say it's a weather balloon. This is rare.
Well, I'm just trying to push it, and like I said, I just want more people to hear it. So, more places I can play, the better. So
yeah, that's awesome. Any closing thoughts? Where do you want people to? You're great on Instagram. I know that's the go-to. Anywhere else? Where do you want people to connect to you at?
I have a few platforms. Instagram is probably my primary, like you just said. TikTok, which is just Zach Newbould. I post on there a little bit as well. YouTube, I'm going to start posting on a lot more. I just want to start growing that platform as well. But right now, I would say the main focus is just keep watching my Instagram and just keep an eye out for new music, because I plan on putting a lot of new music out soon. So.
Very excited. Thanks again for being with us today, Zach. Very proud of you.
Thank you so much for having me.
You deserve it. Once again, you can let all your friends and family know your new hit single, Blue Lights, is officially going to be playing starting today. Once we get off the live, my team and I are going to be putting that together. It's going to be added to rotation. Don't hesitate. Reach out to college stations, local college stations. Reach out to people in Canada. They would support. Music like this is popular out there to Canada. So for free, reach out to nonprofit radio stations, reach out to college radio stations. And then if you want to go after the big ones that are owned by like Cumulus Media or iHeart, you can. There is some political type of dealings to where if you're not with a major label, they normally won't play. That's been a pushback from music artists that I've represented, but it doesn't mean you can't. So find out who is the, Apple Music, Spotify Music, who handles the playlist, who's the manager, who's the supervisor, who runs that, and reach out to them, because I know that there have been country artists that have gotten their music, especially out of Canada, on certain Apple playlists and Spotify playlists, and even features, and they paid nothing. So you want to find out who is the direct. I'm just winging this. I don't know if they're called a director or what, but who manages those playlists? Who is in charge of the playlist that you would like Blue Lights to be on? Is it in the country section? Is it the rock section? What genre are you? And then, have that nice catalog, have a description there, and send that over. And Zachary, that's for free. It's your time, but this is your life. This is your passion. This is your career. So also, when we get off anytime today, this week, go to those platforms, even Amazon. Who is the manager? Who's the person that makes the executive decision for adding to the playlist? Get their contact. Reach out to them.
All right. Well, I'll look into it.
Perfect.
Thank you for letting me know.
Thanks again, Zach, for everything.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. Thank you to everyone who's tuned in to Live on Air with Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5. Remember, we are a radio station, not a podcast, but you'll be able to listen to this on Amazon Music, Amazon Audible, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. We will be uploading this to our distribution company today. You can also check the schedule on Power 98.5 at power985.com. Click the tab that says Live Music. Scroll all the way down. Future episodes, whether Resilient You with Alicia Pizzoni, Catherine and Company with Catherine Swain, and myself, Stephen Cuoco, Live on Air with Stephen Cuoco, all this and more. And for all things public relations, media, head on over to StephenCuoco.com, StevенCuoco.com. Have a great day, everyone. And remember, Blue Lights by Mr. Zach Newbould. I'm going to go back to my Instagram. Head on over to his Instagram. I enjoy doing this. Yeah, God, my phone. There we are. Zachary Newbould. ZACHARYNEWBOULD. You're going to be very, very impressed. Have a great day, everyone. Happy New Year. And you are loved. You're respected. And most importantly, remember, money should not come first. If someone really believes in you and they respect you, that you should know and feel confident that they believe in you and that they're putting you first. It doesn't mean people shouldn't get paid. It doesn't mean everything should be free. But just know that there's a difference between putting the person first of who you're passionate about or when someone's putting money first.
I wanna wake up kinda late and feel kinda shitty. It hurts like hell, but my friends are there with me.
Friend us on your socials and let's connect.